Surprise, surprise. The ANC had great plans, but they failed in the implementation. Well, that's nothing new, but when it comes to human settlements, the failure is impacting the lives of all South Africans. The poor are left without housing. The lucky ones have got poorly built houses that are falling down around them bit by bit. The middle class are having their property values eroded by land invasions all around them, and the wealthy pack their lives in bags for a better life somewhere else. The Human Settlements Department is stuck in a failed delivery model. MEC Mashilo has just told us this. The ministers previously agreed with this, and so did the previous minister. The current model is unsustainable. It's unaffordable and it's undesirable. Housing projects have stalled across the country. Hostel renewal projects, like the one in Rotunda, have stalled as well. Lists have been illegally changed. Beneficiaries change without reason. Projects get hijacked by illegal occupiers. Just look at the Shalimar Ridge example. Renewal projects get abandoned. Everton is one, look for some others. And the biggest sin of all is the underspending by provinces when there is such a great need out there for decent housing. Mega projects are the modern day equivalent of apartheid's forced removals. You can't just take a bunch of people and jam them into houses somewhere. They need schools, police, shops, access to government service, and importantly, access to jobs and economic opportunities. That's not what mega projects are delivering. They too have failed. Look at Savannah City, where the houses are built, people have moved in, but the school is planned for 2026. Planned. The private school opened in 2019 and is thriving. The De Deer police station is struggling to cope, having had the population that it serves more than doubled, with no additional resources or even a hint of a new police station planned in the future. Western Borva, Afri Village, and Dan Clome are more examples on the West Rand. The analysis I've done doesn't even address the issues of bulk services, roads, water, electricity, and sewage capacity that all of these new developments need. We can't even deal with our current loads. The result is a growing anger amongst the population. Land gets invaded because people are tired of waiting. People have been on lists for 28 years. The rule of law breaks down a little bit more every day. And so the country falls a little more and more and starts to fail. Law-abiding taxpayers look for better options, and some of those who were law-abiding give up and join the ranks of the disenchanted. A better life for all is what we were promised. A better life for the politically connected is what we got. So let's do what Mr. Dango said and look at the estimates of national expenditure. Performance indicators for the department, given at the start of the chapter, indicate that the department is looking to deliver 120,000 of what they call housing opportunities. That's 60,000 fully built RDP houses and 60,000 service stands. With an estimated backlog of almost 2.5 million houses, that's a little over 20 years before the people on the list today get their homes. And in a lot less than 20 years' time, there are 2.38 children a home of their own. A little more depressing is the copy and paste projection into the medium-term expenditure. With 60,000 RDPs the following financial year, 60,000 the year after. We see no new ideas coming from this government, just dogged pursuit of a failed idea. So let's look at the programs, Mr. Dango. Program 2 provides our people with the cracked 2 rooms that fall down around them 1 week after handover. The annual average increase in allocation over the next 3 years is 3.6%. That's in spite of the 6.7% increase in building costs last year. Yes, that's measured by Stats SA, and it was 4.9% in 2019. So in spite of all the evidence to show that building costs are escalating well above 5% per annum, and that's before the current round of inflationary pressure, the department plans to continue building the same amount of houses for less money going forward. As for the other programs, the informal settlement upgrades are under Program 3, and they're set to increase by an average of 4.9% over the next 3 years. Above the class average in this generally dismal performance but so far below what is actually needed on the ground. Rental housing is program 4, that grows at 3.6%. But Mr. Dodovu had much to say about the Help Me Build a Home program, program 5. It gets only 1.8% of the total budget given to human settlements and grows by a paltry 1.7% over the next 3 years. That's really not showing a decent political will to actually change things. In conclusion, really, Minister, this is a sign of a department that is defeated and has run out of ideas. Why not just give up? Hand over power to the Democratic Alliance. Alternatively, you can look up the DA's housing policy. It was released by our Shadow Minister, Emma Louise Powell, on the 7th of April, 2022. And you find some solutions which can constructively take South Africa forward. The policy is on the Democratic Alliance's website. And since Mr. Dango enjoys research so much, I'll post a link for him in the chat as well. There you go. It's an instructive document that brings hope to South Africans across the economic spectrum as it provides real, affordable, and implementable alternatives. Roll on 2024. Let South Africans vote themselves out of this mess. Thank you, House Chair.